Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a video that was, I guess, pretty highly requested, not just on YouTube, but mostly on Tumblr and a little bit on Instagram too. As you guys, if you're my subscribers, probably already know, I work at American Apparel and I am a sales associate. I started working there last summer, May, and I am seasonal because I am still in college. So I work there through the summers, and then I come back and I work through the winter on winter break, and then I come back again when summer starts. Basically, I've been getting a lot of questions ever since actually I started working there about like how I got hired, what the application process was like, what the interview process was like, what I basically did when I went in for the interview, what it's like working there, just basically general information about what it's like to be an American Apparel employee. So first off, I guess I will talk about the application process. Online at americanapparel.net, you can apply to work there. You just select your city, and then you can send in an application, and you have to send in a photo with it, and I'm pretty sure you have to send in your resume. The reason that they ask you to send in photos is because they want to see you in their clothes, and they want to see if you can, be on brand, is what we call it. Basically, if you are going to sell their clothes, they want to see you in them so that they can see, what you look like with their merchandise on. That's one way to apply. Another way is to actually go into one of the retail stores, whichever one is closest to you that you want to work at, and you can give them your resume and attach a photo of yourself with the resume. I personally did not do that. I got hired a different way. The way that I got hired was I went into the store and I spoke to the manager and I asked her if they needed any associates, and she told me to email her my resume because at the time I was still in school and I was just home for the weekend, and she told me to email her my resume and that she would get back to me. So I did that. And about maybe a week later, maybe a little bit less, I got a call back from the backstock manager. Backstock is where the shipment comes through, and we organize the clothes and we put them on the floor. That's what backstock is. So the backstock manager, she called me and she told me that they were interested in having me in for an interview. And so this is where we'll get into the interview process. Basically, I researched what it was like to work at American Apparel before I did, and a lot of the people on Google, the things that I had found on Google, they were telling me to go in head to toe American Apparel. They like to see you in the clothes, obviously, like I said earlier, because they want to be able to see if you can sell them. So I think I just wore some easy jeans and a cropped easy sweater, and I didn't wear their shoes because I didn't own any of the American Apparel shoes at the time, but I wore just some regular canvas shoes that were similar to the ones that we sell. And I wore one of their necklaces, their pendant necklaces, and I think that might have been it. And so I went in and I waited for my interview time, and then I went to the back and I spoke with the manager and the backstock manager because they were hiring for both positions and they wanted to see which one I would fit the most. And so the manager of the store asked me, just sales associate questions, just really simple retail questions. They weren't anything specific to American Apparel. Something like, how would you handle an upset customer, things like that. And then she asked me about any retail experience that I had. I had no retail experience. The only other job I ever had was at Chick-fil-A. And then the backstock manager asked me questions that would pertain to backstock, like if I'd ever had to do any heavy lifting, things like that. If I had to take inventory before. They decided that they thought I would be a better fit for sales associate because they liked my personality and they believed that I would be able to sell their clothes. And so they told me that they would call me back. They had other people to interview, and they would let me know whether or not I got the job. So I think I interviewed on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something like that, and they called me back on Monday and offered me a sales associate position, and I accepted it, and then that is how I became an AA employee. So that's basically the interview process. Was just like any other interview process. I have been through maybe 3 or 4 other job interviews in my life, and they were all pretty much exactly the same. They all ask basically the same basic questions. They will, usually pertain to that job because Chick-fil-A's questions were a little different than American Apparel's because they're obviously 2 different types of jobs, but they're all just basic interview questions. There's nothing that really pertains to American Apparel solely, other than them asking me why it was that I wanted to work at the store. They will definitely ask you that. If you're thinking about applying to American Apparel, you should definitely know why you want to work at American Apparel specifically, because they will ask you what makes you want to work there and what do you like about the company. Once I got hired there, it was just like something completely different for me, because I'd only ever worked in fast food, and so getting there and having to like suddenly become a salesperson was really kind of like new to me. So definitely if you have sales experience, I'm sure that'll be easier for you, but for me, because I didn't have it, it was kind of hard to adjust. For the first couple of weeks, my sales were like not good. At American Apparel, you have something called goals, and you do not work on commission at American Apparel, but we do have goals, sales goals for the day, and you know, it's best for you to obviously beat your goal, because you want to prove that you can sell the clothes and that you deserve to be an employee, because if you can't sell the clothes, what's the point of you working there? So yeah, so the first couple of weeks I was so bad, because I was just really like nervous, and I didn't know where anything in the store was. That's another thing that's very difficult when you first start working there, is just trying to figure out where everything is, because you're working in retail and people are going to come in and they're going to ask for certain things. And some people will be very specific. They'll be like, I need the cropped easy sweater in this color. And, you know, it'll be easier for you to find it there. But then there's people who will come in and they will have absolutely no clue. Like, they'll say, oh, I want this top with the straps. What is that? You're just going to have to get used to that, get a feel for the customers and what they mean when they say certain things. A lot of people will call bodysuits leotards or unitards or something like that. If you don't know what a unitard is, you're going to be like, we don't have that here, and then they're going to look at you like it's right over there. So you just kind of got to learn, you know, the ropes of things and what other names customers will call stuff and where it is around the store. I think the easiest way to do that is we have something called putbacks, where when customers try things on and they don't like them, we put them in a section where you're going to put them back later on. I think the best way to learn the store is to just do the putbacks, because then you figure out where things go. So while you're taking something back and you say, okay, that goes there, you can remember the easy sweaters go in the back of the store, the riding pants go in the front of the store, the tent dresses go on this, you know, just things like that. And then you will remember it and you'll be able to figure out where things are faster. And then when a customer asks you, hey, do you guys have the jungle print tent dress? Oh, yes, ma'am, it's right over here. So what you can expect from working at American Apparel, if you are interested, is just, it's pretty much the same as any other retail store, in my opinion. There's really nothing different. I mean, I've never worked in another retail store, so I guess I can't really say that with confidence, but I have shopped in plenty of other retail stores and they all seem the same to me. I've spoken to other employees at other retail stores and we all pretty much have the same stories. There's really not much, you know, different about it. It's a retail store. My experiences working with the company have all been great. I haven't had any issues with anything at all. I'm trying to film here. Anyway, I love this job. It's kind of sad that one day I'm gonna have to actually go out into the real world and get a real job. But for right now, just, you know, being a student in college, I absolutely love working at American Apparel. So my camera died, and then these assholes across the street decided that this would be the perfect time for them to use their extremely loud lawnmower to mow their lawn. So if you hear that in the background, I'm very sorry. I'm going to try and finish this up really quickly so that we don't have that issue for the whole time. But basically what I was trying to say was I very much enjoy working for this company. It's a great job. I love it. I have an amazing time every day coming to work. I enjoy coming to work. I wake up ready to go to work. It is one of my favorite clothing stores, so the fact that we get to wear the clothes is amazing. I love that. You will give your entire check back to American Apparel if you're anything like me and you just can't resist shopping. There is a 2-week rule for using your discount when we have new items in the store. So say that you get something new into the store and then you want to buy it, you cannot buy it with your discount unless it has been in the store for 2 weeks. The discount is 50% off. It can only be used in store. It can be used at any American Apparel location, but it can only be used in store, not online, and you cannot use it for friends or if you're buying items for other people. You can use a gift discount code if you're getting a gift for someone, and that will be 30% off, and that is for employees only. That's really all I can think of. I can't really think of anything else to say about the company. Basically, to be an American Apparel employee is pretty much the same as applying for any other job. Either do it online or you go in and ask about it. Or also, I forgot to mention that they have something called open calls sometimes. I know mostly the stores in Los Angeles do this. My store hasn't done it, but it's basically where people come to the store that day and they can basically have an open interview. At least that's what my understanding of it is to be. You are definitely supposed to wear head-to-toe American Apparel that day, for sure. I think you can get away with not wearing American Apparel if you just come into the store and ask about an application, because I was only wearing pants the day I did that. But if you're going to an open call, for sure, you're going to want to wear head-to-toe American Apparel. If you have any other questions about the store, I can't answer everything because, you know, there are some things that you're just within the company that people outside of the company are not supposed to know. But if I can answer you, I certainly will. Also, just to let you know, I am selling some of my old American Apparel things on POSHMARK right now. I'll put a link here or here, wherever I decide to put it. And I'm selling a couple of my old things that like I don't fit anymore. I don't want, you know, gently worn things. The things that I'm selling on there have only been worn like once or twice maybe. Some disco pants. I think I'm selling a tie-back dress that the company no longer makes at all anymore. So check that out if you want to buy some discounted American Apparel clothing from me. That's pretty much it. If you like this video, if you want to see more clothing hauls from me or more things about my experience as an American Apparel employee, let me know. Also, that's pretty much it. If you want to see any more videos pertaining to American Apparel, then thumbs up this video, and if I get it to like, let's say 100 likes, I'll make another video. I don't know what it's going to be about, but it'll have something to do with American Apparel. So if you like this video, also thumbs it up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I think that's about it. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah.